Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. I'm Dan Thomas, Shaka Hislop with us, as is Frank Leboeuf. Did you see how Frank was dressed this weekend for Dancing with the Stars?
No, I did not.
I wonder who chose the outfit.
I have no idea, Dan.
Mr. Incredible. What was that about? Was that your idea, Frank?
I think they wanted to punish me. It was a Disney, so the Disney week. So
yes.
Our bosses, and they picked the Incredibles for me. So on my own, I looked stupid. With my partner, it was quite nice. So I enjoyed, and we finished. Mid-table, so okay. I was happy. I only had 4 7s, 7 out of 10. So I'm happy week. Good for me.
7. There you are.
Oh,
that's what they say in England.
Is that what they say?
Well, yeah, Len, what's his face says it. There we go. I think he's still. I don't. There we go. Shaka, how much pressure is Eddie Howe under to secure European football this season?
I don't think he's under that.
Poor showing against Brian. Was it against Brian? I'm trying to remember. It was.
When this weekend?
Yeah, the FA Cup. Yeah, they're out the FA Cup. Danny Welbeck scored. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It was a poor showing, but to the question, I'm not sure he's under that much pressure to get into Europe. Because that means that it's a tight top of the table. They hadn't spent an awful lot of money in summer. Probably the biggest boast is that they managed to keep hold of Alexander Isak. But other than that, it's not like they've spent an awful lot of money. So again, consolidating their place, threatening to get into the Champions League and another cup final. I don't think he's under pressure at all.
Shaq, if Manchester City is able to comfortably lock in a top 4 spot for Champions League, does it make any sense to bring back Rodri this season? Would making the FA Cup final be enough reason for Rodri to come back?
Yeah, unless they make the FA Cup final, I don't see why you rush him. And as I mentioned, it's still very open at the top of the Premier League table. And while players come back from ACLs every season now, it's still a major injury. It's still a major concern. If you're able to get there, better to get him fit, get him rested over the summer, to come back and be fully fit and involved next season.
For Mr. Leboeuf, very formal. If you were an Atletico Madrid player and you had to mark Mbappé, what would be your plan to stop him? What was that, Shaq? You're punching him?
Yeah, I was punching the ribs.
A little rub.
Wow.
I don't want to say it's going to be too nasty, but during our days, a young player like that who wants to be fit, wants to score many goals. Yeah, you will have to distract him in a bad way, maybe threat him a little bit to make sure that he doesn't go into your area too many times for too long. But it's hard to cope with that. You have to try to anticipate. But if you anticipate, he can run back, he can run behind you. It's a tricky situation. You will have to work with all your teammates, people in front of you, in the middle of the park, the goalkeeper as well to cover, and maybe, of course, the other centre backs. Now, those players like Vinicius Junior, Mbappé, and so many other, Dembele right now, are very hard to cope by yourself. You have to be helped by the others, for sure.
Just how unrealistic does Amorim sound making headlines saying the goal is to win the Premier League when they cannot even compete week in, week out? Of course, what he said after the defeat against Fulham, said his aim was to win the Premier League.
Manchester United has become a little bit of a kind of clown show.
A circus, I believe, Shaka.
That too.
Is what most people call a clown show.
Yeah, well, that's where clowns do their showing. And it's hard to take anything one way or the other with them, regardless, whether they're going to win the Premier League next season or they're the worst team in the Premier League right now. I mean, it's just, you don't see any end to again, this clown show. Unfortunately...
Circus?
Unfortunately, because I think the ringmaster is sitting at the top of the club and they're not going anywhere.
No.
Ringmaster of the clown show.
Nice.
But Shaka, he didn't say when. He said the goal is to win the Premier League. He didn't say when. It might be in 5 years.
He didn't say it was under him. He didn't say it was under him either.
If things keep going the way they are, and there's no suggestion there's going to be a big change right at the top, Frank, it's not going to happen, is it?
No, of course not. Of course not. It's impossible. That doesn't make any sense. And again, the only excuse is because he didn't say which year he's planning on winning the Premier League. But right now, he has too many things to sort out, so it's going to be very tricky. And that's not the next goal. The next goal is just to survive right now.
Final question, Frank. Pep won't be fired like the average coach, but is it possible that at the end of the season, City's owners tell him, well, maybe you should resign and move on?
But if it's possible at the end of the season, City owners tell him, no, I think it will only depend on Pep, I think. Pep changed Manchester City for so many years, won everything that the club could have hoped, and so therefore they cannot fire him. But it's up to Pep to realize that maybe I cannot help the club anymore, maybe I have to rest a little bit or find another challenge. But I don't see the owners saying anything. Maybe you should resign. No, they signed him. They want him to carry on. They will give him the money if they can, if every problem that they have out of football can be sorted out. I think it's really up to him to stay or not. I don't see the owner saying anything to him.
Not going anywhere.
No.
I don't think he's still
joining the clown show.
He's not going to be joining the clown show.
No.
Still regarded as one of the best managers in world football. They asked Pep Guardiola to move on to bring who in? I'm not sure there's an immediate candidate that springs to mind.
And what's the dancing theme this week, Frank?
Clowns.
I'm not dancing on Friday. We have a break on Friday, and I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance next week, and it's gonna be Casa de Papel. I have a how do you call that? A flamenco dance.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, chest out, chest out.
Okay, wow. He's got
yeah,
so well. Enjoy your bye week.